Hello everyone and welcome to some MiSTer FPGA news. In this episode, we will be talking about the PlayStation FPGA console, downloadable builds of the single RAM Atari Jaguar core, new arcade games released, a test build of the Saturn core getting STV support, and more. Also, check out my channel sponsor MiSTer Add-ons, a place where you can get all your MiSTer needs, things like full MiSTer setups, accessories, I/O boards, and more. Now let's get to the news. ArielAces posted some awesome looking NFC card designs that you can use to launch games on your MiSTer FPGA thanks to the Zapparoo project. One set of designs are some wooden NFC cards with Kirby themed graphics etched onto them, and they are looking amazing. Another set of designs are based on Capcom CPS3 arcade games. You can contact ArielAces on Twitter to obtain these cards. Retro Remake's PlayStation-themed MiSTer FPGA console went on sale on January 25th. I hope all of you who wanted to grab one were able to do so. The official name of the device is the SuperStation 1, and the pricing for the Founders Edition console is $149.99, but the standard price will be $225. This is what the packaging contains for the Founders Edition. There's the Founders Edition packaging and stickers. You get a signed SuperStation 1, a 64GB micro SD card pre-installed with the MiSTer software, an HDMI cable, a USB Type-C cable, and Founders Edition pre-orders have priority fulfillment over all other versions. So it seems just like the MiSTer Pi, there will be no power supply included, unless it was not mentioned on the website. There were also non-Founders Edition consoles available for sale at $179.99. This is what these consoles contain: the SuperStation 1, a 64GB micro SD card with the software pre-installed, an HDMI cable, and a USB Type-C cable. So the differences between this version and the Founders Edition are that the Founders Edition are cheaper, the consoles are signed, and the Founders Edition will have special packaging and stickers. No specific shipping dates were given, but what was mentioned was that the Founders Edition consoles will ship in Q3 2025, and the non-Founders Editions will ship in Q4 2025. I'm surprised they are shipping that late. I would have preferred these items to go on sale closer to the shipping date. The dock that will let you use optical media was also available for pre-order. This is what the dock contains: an optical CD/DVD tray loading drive, an unpopulated internal M.2 2280 slot, and 4 USB Type-A ports. The dock has to be purchased with a console. This is what the website says about the console. This is a pre-order deposit for the SuperDock expansion add-on for the SuperStation 1. This item must be purchased with a SuperStation order. Your SuperDock will match whatever SuperStation color you have in your order. If you need to add this to your existing order, you can contact customer support via email. The full price of the SuperDock will be due at a later date. We are targeting around $40. Do not buy this item separately. The JT Twin 16 core added support for Kubrick. Also, from now on, all Jotego cores will have 32-way joystick support with variable speed when using an analog stick for non-analog games. This makes it possible to control games in ways that are not possible on the original hardware. An example Jotego gave was when you play a shooter like Gradius 2 using a gamepad with an analog stick, you will be able to move your ship smoothly in diagonals, not available in the original. You will also be able to move slowly if you push the stick gently. This will work with all games supported by Jotego, and it is said that this support makes sense with shooters or vertical games such as Avengers or Labyrinth Runner. Standard arcade joysticks or D-pads will not be affected by this update and will act as they always did. Jotego also notified us of other updates. For Parodius Da, there was a sound problem after reset that was fixed, and in the JT Aliens core, they fixed game crashing when pressing up and down buttons at the same time in Crime Fighters. If you would like to test some of the latest changes to the Jaguar core, there is a dedicated thread to the core on the MiSTer FPGA forums that has the latest build available. The update to the test core was released on January 23rd, and the only update on the changelog was that there is cropping for NBA Jam and Flip Out. A Techno 16 core has been released for the MiSTer FPGA by the CoinOp Collection team. This core runs Double Dragon 3, Combatribes, And my personal favorite from this release, WWF WrestleFest. The game ROMs do have to be converted from the main format, and instructions for doing so are on the public Patreon post. So why do these ROMs need to be converted? The quick explanation is that the bits need to be reordered to the same format the real hardware did after decompression. The hardware had a custom chip that was responsible for transferring graphics data from the ROM and decompressing and assembling it back again in addition to caching stuff. This graphics data was a problem to deal with in the FPGA core, and it is more efficient to just reorder the data up front in the decompressed and assembled format. This FPGA core work was made thanks to the CoinOp Collection team's new framework called Coin 3. It integrates standard options that were frequently requested and is fully compatible with the MiSTer template, allowing for seamless updates of the sys directory via simple drag and drop functionality. The public Patreon post along with the GitHub has a lot of useful technical information regarding the core and framework, so I highly suggest you take a look. The next game challenge on the MiSTer FPGA Discord is for the arcade game Dig Dug. It's a single credit score challenge that goes until February 9th. Tandy Logan pasted a publicly available template that allows you to incorporate your own images onto NFC cards. It is in PSD format, so you'll need a program that can read PSD files. And once opened in such a program, you can add your own image as a layer and show the specific layers that you need to create an NFC label for the consoles or systems of your choice. Along with the NFC card template, there is also a download for all of Tandy Logan's NFC label designs for many games. So if you do not want to design your own labels, you can see if a design for one of your favorite games is available. The template and NFC designs are available to download on GitHub. You can now get test builds of the Saturn core that supports STV arcade games. The STV was an arcade machine by Sega based on the Saturn hardware, but used cartridges instead of CDs. If you want to test out some STV games, you can check out the description for the link to the unstable build. I also provided links that show what games were supported on the STV hardware. User RetroSwim on the MiSTer FPGA forums updated the PCXT Core to the latest framework and also added support for analog video output on newer I/O boards. This core is a PC core for early IBM PCs and Tandy computers. The core supports CGA graphics, and many CGA cards also have the ability to output composite video, so you can connect your PC to a television. This will give newer analog I/O owners an extra authentic feature to the core. So that's it for this episode. Please also try to support Sorge, the maintainer of the MiSTer project, and other MiSTer developers and contributors on support platforms such as Patreon and Ko-fi. Their hard work allows us to enjoy this amazing project. I also provided links to all my sources in the description. Make sure to also check out RetroRGB.com to see my MiSTer news videos in blog form and to get more retro-related content. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and this bell icon so you can get notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.